guys, we're just sitting out here in the Jeep. Figured right now is a good time to make a video on how to use the four-wheel drive in your Jeep Gladiator or Jeep Wrangler. It's going to be the same between both vehicles. It's also going to be the same for pretty much any vehicle that has a manual transfer case selector, like the 4Runner, for example. So, going to jump into it really quick, run through it. Gonna be super high level, super simple, super easy to follow. So, here we go. So here is my transfer case selector. You see I have 2 high, 4 high auto. You might not have that on your Jeep. If you don't worry about it. It's an option called Select Track. We'll go over that at the end of the video. 4 high part-time, neutral, and 4 low. So we'll start with, we'll start at the top. So 2 high, that's where you're gonna wanna be most of the time. That's your everyday driving, hard packed asphalt surface. Most of you are going to have it in 2 high all the time. 4 high auto, we'll come back to that. 4 high part-time. So 4 high part-time is what you're going to be using whenever the surface that you're on has low traction and you need the additional traction, 4-wheel drive, and you're going to be higher in speed. So driving down a snowy road, a very snowy road, or maybe if you're doing some high-speed driving in the sand. Those are the situations you're going to want 4 high for. But very important to not engage 4 high or 4 low if you are on a surface that has a lot of traction. So you never want to engage 4 high or 4 low if you're on asphalt, even if it's wet asphalt. If you're on, like what I'm on right now, just gravel, hard packed gravel, any situation where you have a high amount of traction, you don't want to engage 4 high or 4 low because you will get driveline binding. The transfer case has both the front and rear axles locked together, so they have to turn the same speed when you're in those. So when you go to turn the vehicle and the front wheels need to move at a different speed than the back speed to complete the turn, you'll feel chattery and wheel hop. It just won't feel good. It's not good for the differentials. It's not good for the transfer case. It's just bad. So stay out of 4 high and 4 low if you're in a situation where you have a lot of traction. So the neutral position. Neutral position is primarily going to be used for flat towing the vehicle. So when you're in the neutral position, the transfer case is disengaged completely and the vehicle can roll freely. And that's actually how you're supposed to flat tow this when you're pulling it behind an RV or a motorhome or something like that. You will actually leave the transmission in park. It's kind of counterintuitive, but you'll leave the transmission in park and you'll put the transfer case in neutral. And what that means is you need to be really careful if you're out four-wheeling and stuff and you're shifting between 4 low, 4 high or whatever, and you need to get out of the vehicle, because if the vehicle's in park and this selector is in neutral, the vehicle will still roll freely. So really important to keep that in mind, that the neutral position will allow the vehicle to roll even if the transmission is in park. 4 low. So 4 low is going to be the primary mode that you're going to use when you're out trail riding. It's what you're going to use when you're doing low speed off-roading, technical stuff, when you need the most amount of oomph or torque from your Jeep. So really good situations to use this is, let's say you're pulling a boat up a steep boat ramp, or you got big 37s, you're climbing over big rocks. You're going to want to be in 4 low. That's going to have the best gear ratio, the lowest gear ratio, to get the most amount of power out of the motor. And it's what you're going to want to be in for most mild to moderate trails. So how you shift into 4-wheel drive. So for 4 high, you can leave the transmission in drive like so, and you'll notice that if you try to move this selector, my foot's on the brake right now, if you try to move this selector when you're in drive and your foot's on the brake, it's going to be hard. It might not move at all, and that is totally normal. You're meshing gears together in the transfer case, and those gears need to be lined up. So the best way to engage 4-wheel drive, I'm going to back out here, is to be at a slight roll, or in 4 high, you can actually, I believe you can do it all the way up to 40 miles an hour, but either way, you need to be moving foot off the brake, let the vehicle roll, and give it a firm yank back. And for me, I got to go over. So I'm in 4 high. It was that easy. And you can see the indicator light will light up in the dashboard. All right, so shifted into 4 low. Same deal, but you want the transfer case in neutral. And what I like to do is actually let the Jeep get moving to, I don't know, maybe 2-3 miles an hour, put it in neutral, and then pull the selector back to 4 low. So I will put it back in drive. I'm going to let the Jeep roll forward. I'm going to let the Jeep roll forward like this. I'm going to put it in neutral and then yank this back in the 4 low. And you see, firm, crisp yank while the vehicle is rolling, you're in 4 low. And then same deal to get back out of 4 low. You want to let your foot off the brake, vehicle's rolling neutral, firm, crisp yank up, and I'm back in 4 high. And then I can actually leave the vehicle in drive to get it out of 4 high, like that. And now I'm back in 2 high. So my selector, I have Select Track, which I intentionally made sure I had when I ordered my Jeep, because Select Track gives you the 4 high auto option. What that will enable you to do, let me just back up and get back into my parking spot really quick. All right, here we go. So what Select Track will enable you to do is engage the 4-wheel drive, or have the 4-wheel drive engaged on hard packed surfaces when there's a decent amount of traction. So let me just do this. So if you need to run to the store, it just started snowing, you don't need to worry about, hey, is there too much traction for 4 high? Do I need to be in 4 high? You can just put it in 4 auto. Don't have to worry about it. There's what it'll do is engage and disengage the front axle, the FSD or whatever it's called, no, not, I forgot the acronym. Anyway, there's a box in the front axle. It engages, disengages 4-wheel drive if there's any wheel slip. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. For a daily driver, Select Track is awesome. Not the end of the world if you don't have it, but it's convenient to not have to worry about shifting in and out of 4 high or 4 low if conditions on the road surface you're on change, or if conditions are a little bit slick, not slick enough to have 4 high on all the time, but slick enough to where you might hit a patch of snow, an icy spot or something, and you want the security of 4-wheel drive, you can have it in 4 high auto. Anyway, that's how you engage the 4-wheel drive in your Jeep Gladiator or Jeep Wrangler. And yeah, I hope this helps you guys out. By the way, the new Android Auto update looks sick. Like that a lot. Anyway, yeah, hope you guys have a good week. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped. Bye.